This is All India Radio. In Surkhiyon mein, now we bring you a discussion on Railways for Atmanirbhar Bharat. The participants are Naresh Salecha, IRAS, Member Finance, Railway Board and AIR correspondent Bhupendra Singh.
How do you see budget 2021 from the point of view of railways, and what is the theme of railways?
The allocation to this year's budget, the GVS is up 53%, shows the commitment of the government to this infrastructure, particular railway side. It's almost a dream project, but whatever project we wanted to complete, we'll be able to complete the projects. The theme of the project is the future ready railways. Why we are saying future ready railways? Because like every year we do keep on doing on an incremental basis, which is rather than the reactions on something which is requirement. First time we are planning what is requirement for next, select we are 2021. The requirement for 2050. For next 30 years what are requirements there, we are trying to project and take on board, commission those projects and visual and plan accordingly. So that's what, and everything will be ready from industrial point of view, from passengers point of view, from economic point of view.
What were the achievements of railway in the financial year 2019-20?
Despite the COVID-19, Indian Railways is perhaps the only organizations among very few organizations which were running 24/7. In fact, like we came to the rescue to every sector, whichever came, whether it's a Shamik. We could carry almost 6.3 million Shamik across the country. We have crossed far behind our targets. A lot of capacity works which were lying, several projects were completed. To name a few projects, rail connectivity to National Monument, Statue of Unity. In fact, it's a very unique project which was conceived, led by acquisition, everything was completed in less than 2 years. It was completed in January 2021. Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated. Then Chinchwada-Nagpur gauge conversion, 150 km was completed in August 2020. Jabalpur-Gondia gauge conversion, 228 km was completed in October 20. Hyderabad-Paradip new lines was completed in July 20. Champa-Jarisuguda third line 152 km was completed in October 2020. Bhopal-Bina third line 145 km was completed in November 20, and so on. Similarly, a lot of railway electrification projects were completed, like new railway to new coach Vihar section via Patna-Katihar, Havda-Mumbai via Prayagraj, Jabalpur, Itarsi, Delhi-Jaipur, Udaipur, Delhi-Jayanagar via Muzaffarpur, Darbhanga. These are few items list. Use this crisis as an opportunity, and we thought that whatever timeline is available, we should use for project completion and project executions.
Sir, record outlay of more than 1,10,000 crore rupees has been fixed in the budget 2021 for railways. So how this amount is going to be spent on the modernization of railways?
Thrust of the annual plan 2021-22 is on infrastructure development, throughput enhancement, development of terminal facilities, augmentation of train speed, signaling systems, customer facilities and safety works. So as you rightly pointed out, use the outlay. The total capex for this year is 2,15,058 crore rupees. To give the listeners the detailing of the same, gross budgetary support which comes from Ministry of Finance allocation is 1,07,300. Internal resources we are going to generate from our own operations is about 7,500 crore rupees. Quite big outlay, and we as Indian Railway intend to be driver of Indian economy. It will really help us, the Indian economy and rail especially.
Sir, what are the railways target for annual plan 2021-22 for development of infrastructure, passenger services and safety mechanism?
Regarding capacity enhancement, we intend to spend money in a very focused way. So what we are trying to do, we are going to spend a lot of money on new lines which are already undergoing for several years, including national projects like Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Northeastern regions. So there our allocation actually increased by 53%. Last year we could allocate 26,779 crore on these new lines. This year we allocated more than 40,932 crore rupees. Similarly, doubling, we have increased our outlay to 26,000 crore rupees. Traffic facilities which are required for our customers, all sort of customers, traffic outlay has increased by 108% over RE, and similarly for safety road underbridge has increased by substantially to 7,122 crore rupees. One very important factor which this time we have catered for is investment in our JVs, SPVs and PSUs, namely particularly about dedicated freight corridor corporations and National High Speed Corporation, which is making this bullet train. We have enlarged from our allocation from our 15,620 crore to 37,270 crore, a jump of 138%. I mean, just to elaborate further, DFC last time our allocation was 7,500 crore rupees. We have enhanced to 16,086 crore rupees, and High Speed Corridor Corporation The allocation was last year was 5,600 crore rupee. This year our allocation 14,000 crore rupee. It's a huge jump. We also target to complete our rolling stock electrical loco 905. We want to manufacture this year. Allocated funds accordingly. Similarly, coaches about locomotive 6,695, wagons more than 12,000. Regarding passenger services, yes, we are doing a lot of new amenities we are going to provide, which will help our passengers to have a new experience altogether. In a way, Vistadome coaches have been introduced. You are aware in the new Statue of Unity, the first time in a very short period, it was introduced, and we are going to manufacture 50 more. 150 more modern trains are coming through private partnership, which will be 31,000 crore investment is going to take place. More Tejas trains are going to come. Third AC economic coaches we are manufacturing, enhancing the capacity of each coach to almost 83. So idea is just to reduce the cost per passenger and also enhance the capacity of the train. Similarly, smart coaches will come, which have got display centers. It will have odor control. It will have improved the systems completely, and also infotainment systems in the coaches. So these concepts are already in the development and various testing, and already it will be rolled out in this year. For safety, this year we have allocated a very considerable amount, and particularly we are introducing about the concept of TICAS is for any avoidance of collisions of it's a basically train collision avoidance system. Indian Railway has developed its own indigenous automatic train protection system for enhancing safety at running trains. This system will be known as TICAS. Actually, it's not only aid loco pilot to avoid signaling passing at danger and overspeeding, but also help train running during inclement weather such as dense fog, etc. And TICAS is adopted as our National Automatic Train Protection System (ATP). So this is will fulfill our Honorable PM's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat also.
Sir, Indian Railways has prepared a national rail plan for augmenting the capacity of railways. So how this plan will be effective in creating a world-class infrastructure for railways in coming years?
As I in my opening remarks also mentioned, future-ready railways. The idea is this thing we should gear up and meet our all requirement, whether it's an infrastructure requirement or it's our marketing requirement or financial requirement. We already started process by which by 2030 the entire infrastructure will be in readiness, which can cater for the requirement in 2050. Our objective is to improve the market share of the freight. Friends, at present the market share of the freight is 27%, and now we intend to increase this market share to 45%. If really India want to be competitive, but especially in export and also in domestic industry, the logistic cost has to come down. And you will all agree, the railway is one of the cheapest mode of transportation. So we have to provide a very competitive mode of transportation. All modes of transportation, be it road, rail, shipping, inland waterways, air, they are all required, but in different segments and according to utility. As a national transporter, it's our job as a government to provide the right area, right segment to all transport. Rail is basically for various heavy segment, heavy cargo, long haul cargoes is our requirement. So we should reach to 45%, so logistic cost of the country come down.
So government has announced the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan to boost local industries. How indigenous industries are going to play instrumental role in research and development and commissioning of new technologies in the future for railways?
For Atmanirbhar Bharat, basically we are trying to promote Make in India policy, and we are following DPIIT orders on public procurement. Just to give us some facts and figures, the import on procurement, which was about 5.6% of our total procurement goes in tens of thousands crore rupees. It was 5.6% 2013-14. Now it has been brought down to 1.5% and it's reducing. Electrical locomotive production increased from 250 in 14-15 to over 700 now. More than 97% electrical locomotive component are sourced indigenously. Very few that also we are going to manufacture completely. It will be 100% manufacturing here. Continued thrust on LHB coaches production manufactured here. Vande Bharat, the 44 more trains have been ordered and orders have been placed. The track machines now completely indigenously manufactured. Plants are set up in Faridabad, Haryana, Karjan, Gujarat and Bangalore, Karnataka. This will give huge boost to the Atmanirbhar Bharat, also helping in setting our own domestic industries here and also employment creation here.
Thank you for giving us your valuable time, sir.
Thank you so much.
You were listening to a discussion on Railways for Atmanirbhar Bharat. The participants were Naresh, Salecha, IRAS, Member Finance, Railway Board and AIR correspondent Bhupendra Singh. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on a mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our website, newsonair.com. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.